Hello and welcome back to my channel where I unbox and review and whatever you want to call it. I open up toys and you guys watch it. Today I have another in a series of figures I don't collect, but I find them for cheap and I figure why not? Content for the channel, so I might as well pick it up. Today it is the Waboom Hordak Powers Princess of Power whatever Masterverse. Yes, I don't know anything about He-Man or this universe. I know nothing about the cartoon. I've never watched it. I do kind of want to watch it, but I'm 3 for 3 with these guys. I pick them up and you know what? I kind of like them. I think they're relatively decent figures, so if I keep finding them for $5, I'll pick them up, especially since they come with so much. The quality here is absolutely astounding. Gotta pick them up. This box is actually pretty ratty. It's pretty beat up. It's bowed on the bottom, so it doesn't really stand up very well. It's kind of smashed, kind of smushed, so I'm not gonna, like give it any marks against it because of that, because it's not really their fault. It's just been a poorly treated box. But we will go over the box real quick. Starting with the front, you have this nice window here that displays the figure and all the goodies you get. Princess of Power, Hordak, I believe that's his name. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. On the side you have Hordak, ruthless leader of the evil horde. So I guess that's what this guy is all about. On this side you have a nice image of Mordock. He looks a lot cooler there than he does there. He kind of looks a little weird, to be honest. On the back you have another nice picture of Hordak. You have She-Ra, He-Man, Zodak, Skeletor, and Katra. I believe I have a He-Man. I want to get a Skeletor. A Skeletor would be nice. Every time I go to Target, I see these figures, and they all look pretty cool, but they're also like almost $40. So that's why I usually wait until I find them on clearance, or in this case, I found this in the thrift store because my Target donates the toys that don't sell to the thrift store. So that's kind of how I look out. Sometimes it doesn't always happen, but you never know. But yes, that is the box. I guess we'll go ahead and transition to the figure. Okay, and this is pretty much all you get with the figure. Starting with, I guess we'll go with this little crossbow here. I believe you could just plop it onto at least one of his arms. I don't know if it's that one, maybe this one. Plop it right onto his arm so he can have a little crossbow there. Not too much interaction with it. I assumed this fire went into the crossbow, but does not compute. So you can just put it on there and it looks cool, but that's about it. I was expecting some lever action pew type of thing. You don't get it there. This actually goes into this arm. This is his more robotic arm, so you can place it right there. Like so he's doing a flamethrower, or you could replace it with this claw, so he does indeed come with a hand for this arm. Rotates around. It doesn't articulate at all, it just rotates, but you can do that. And then of course this arm plops right off, and you can replace it with an actual arm that's not as robotic. Come on, how's it go down? There we go, found it. So you can have him be a little bit more normal. And then you have the shield. Of course, it works like a standard shield. Just place it like so. And let's see, you also have hands. So you have 2 fists and 2 grabby hands. You have one for this thing, I believe. So, it doesn't really grab onto it, but you could place it there like he's grabbing onto something, but he doesn't grab onto anything. And then you have more of a standard. It's not really a Mike Holdy hand, but I would call it a Mike Holdy hand because wrestling figures. But it's just a standard grabby hand for like sticks and staffs and whatever you want to call it. I won't bother putting those on just because it's going to be a hassle, but you guys get the idea. You just plop them on. I digress. This is the figure itself. So you have his nice, gnarly, robotic looking face. I don't know if he's a robot or he kind of looks like a fish, especially now that I've seen his feet. He kind of looks like flippers and fins. He kind of looks like a fish man in a way. So I was thinking robot, but maybe not. The face looks really dirty. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh, the hood popped up. I don't know if you guys can see that, but to me it looks a little nasty, a little gnarly. Moving down to his chest piece, you have this nice bat here. I assume that is his face on it, but it's a little bit more spiky than this. This is more of a solid, well, I guess it does kind of spike up, but I don't know. It's a little, yeah, I'd say that's the same face. Moving down to his loincloth, you have this nice fur-like texture. I wish it was painted a little better, but it looks cool nonetheless. Moving back up to his arms, we have the same, not the same logo, but a similar logo of a kind of like bat wings with his head. And then we have his gauntlets right here. Same thing on this side, pretty much identical. This arm, I guess I didn't go over it. This arm has a nice silver piece going all the way down into the kind of the gauntlet, the kind of robot bit that you can plop pieces in and out of. It's a little stiff, I'll give it that. It needs a nice fig bath to kind of loosen these joints. They are pinless, we'll go over that in a little bit, but yes, that's pretty much what it looks like. It's a little boring, little standard, little static, you know, kind of cool. I guess you could theoretically put this on either arm because there's no real definition to indicate left or right, so I guess theoretically you could put it on either arm, so that's kind of cool. I won't, but that's really cool. That's cool that you can do that. The arms itself, though, you have the muscle definition, so you can tell which side is which. That's actually pretty loose. Then you have his boots, which repeat the logo from the chest down to here. Nice and shiny. I kind of like the way it looks with the matte black boots. And then you have the fin feet. Looks like he's about to go for a swim, but I don't know how well that would work out with the metal on there. I don't know. And that is it for the fit. Oh, you have the cape, the nice cloth goods cape. This is what I really love about this series of figures. They always come with a nice cloth good piece of fabric for them. Oh, and on the side, that's kind of like bones. That looks real. Oh, you know what? This comes off. That's actually awesome. Let's see. Can we figure it out? Just plop it off. The hood. Might have to take off the head. Okay, the cape comes off. The hood can go around. Oh, yeah, we'll just take off the head. And then you have his body without the armor piece. And he is shredded. I'm not a big fan of these torsos. They're a little bit too, the plastic they use is a little too hard. He's very blue. Makes his head look like it stands out a bit. This actually looks almost identical to the He-Man I have, the Savage He-Man. Let me go grab that real quick and do a little comparison. Be right back. Alright, now that I have them side by side, He-Man is a little bit bigger than this guy, and he also has a lot more paint detail with the brown going into his muscles to kind of emphasize the shading. This guy doesn't really have that, but they do look fairly similar. I'd say they're pretty close to being the same torso. I don't know, he kind of has different arms, maybe. I don't know, this guy has a broken joint. This arm just swings. It kind of bums me out with this figure, but I did get him for cheap, so I don't really care too much. But yes, I think it is reuse. I'm not the hugest fan of these torsos. They're kind of stiff. They don't really move too much, so you're not getting too much out of there. We'll go over that in the articulation, which I guess, yeah, we're entering now. So let's go over articulation with the head. The head is on a ball joint, so it moves however well the head can move. It kind of depends on the head, but this one can look up to about there, not super high, down to about there. Kind of cracked a little bit, worried me. Swivel a little bit, rotates all the way around. Of course, the arms can go up to about there. Of course, they come out, so, you know, be careful. If they're stiff, they are prone to popping out, but these aren't too bad. This arm's definitely way more stiff than these arms. Goes up to about right there, rotates all the way around like so. Swivel at the biceps. See what I mean by the popping out? You have to be careful when you're moving these arms. Swivel all the way around, double jointed arms, pinless, which we love to see. There's a lot of popping going on with this figure. I think that's about as far as I can get it to go without giving it a fig bath. But also I think the muscles are getting in the way, so if I just... Can I get the lower arm to bend? No. But it's about that high. Not super duper spectacular. Maybe I can force it. There we go. That's a little bit better. There we go. Looks a little bit meaner. And then of course the wrist can go all the way around, in and out. Like so. So that's about it for the arms. Moving on to the torso. He can bend down. He can bend back. Swivel a little bit. Like I said, I don't love these torsos. They're a little bit weak. They're a little bit wonk. I don't love them. Swivel here at the... It's like one of those plate swivels, so you can spin all the way around. Don't love it. Doesn't look great. The legs can come up to about right there. A little less than 90, maybe right at 90. I don't know. I failed math. I wasn't very good at it. Double jointed knees, pinless of course, can go all the way up to there, kicking his own back because his legs are longer, so not quite kicking his own ass. Swivel here at the thigh, can swivel all the way around like so. His legs are so shiny and blue. I assume, yep, swivel here at the calf. Ankle can go down like so, up like so. Is there a swivel? Yes, there is, so it can do like that. And of course, I missed the detail here of the bones making up his boots, and I was about to mention it when I took off this torso. Bones all the way around makes up his entire torso. Looks great. The hood kind of plops on just like so. Just do it like that. And then of course you have the 3 holes in the cape. You line it up and it works like so, just like that. And it looks absolutely fantastic. I don't need to put it all the way back on because we've already seen it, but just so you guys know how it works, that looks great. I wonder if I could plop that onto He-Man here, make him look kind of cool. Let's see. Pull this out real quick. I don't know if this head comes off. It does. Cool. Let's see. Plop that down. Plop that back on. Make He-Man a little bit more mean and murderous. Will that fit? He might be a tad bit bigger than the blue guy, than Mordok, so it might not quite fit. But I'd say it's, you know, close enough. You don't really need to close it. Come on. How do you go through? Do you just push until it happens? That one's pretty much through. Oh no, it came back out. Okay, well, then we'll put the head on. Oh, this is not gonna work. It's gonna interfere. Oh, you can't do it. It does look pretty good with that armor piece on. But yes, that is it for this guy right here. He looks pretty badass. I like him. For $5, I like him. For $10, I like him. For $32, I like him a little bit less. But, you know, pick your poison. As far as the prices go, it pretty much went through every stage of pricing. There's a little nick here. I'm not going to get too upset about that. But, yes, what can I say? I like it. I like this figure. I think it's cool. It comes with a lot of cool stuff. The robot hands, the shields. Especially if you love He-Man, you're going to get a lot of cool, fun stuff out of this guy. So, you know, this didn't come with him. But still, yeah, what can I say? It's a fun little toy. So, especially if you like the show. Yeah, so that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I will catch you in another video, hopefully very, very soon. Bye.